Hey up. So I was really expecting the worst from this week's film. Just judging by the title alone, I thought I was in for another nostril picker or something like that. But you know what? Lucky for me, it turned out to be alright. Let's have a look, shall we? Flesh-Eating Mothers is a 1988 American comedy horror film directed by James Aviles Martin, which probably said wrong, and he hasn't really done anything outside of this. The closest we get to a famous name in this is somebody called Valerie Hubbard, who's done a lot of TV work. There's very little information on this and the director online, except from the fact that this was shot in about 4 weeks. Which, you know what? Yeah, I can kinda tell. I'm torn on this one. There's going to be a lot of good and a lot of bad things to say about this.
Why not? A man's got to stay in shape.
Hey, Mom, can we have some money for the ice cream man?
The film follows a neighbourhood of families. All the mothers get this strange disease that turns them into flesh-eating crazies, so the kids, with the help of a mortician, set out to try and save them. It's a basic yet ridiculous plot that spends a lot of time cracking wise and making its actors say stupid things about mothers, but it keeps the pace and rarely gets boring. Although the premise does get a little old by the last third. The humour is hit and miss. There's some really obvious jokes in here, like the mothers are acting like stereotypical mothers, but the monsters as well, that sort of stuff. But on the other side of that, there are some genuinely funny lines in. I did find myself laughing every now and then.
Oh dear.
What is it?
I don't remember if I unplugged the iron before I left the house.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Don't you?
My mother? She ate my brother.
Yeah, our mothers too.
My mother ate your mother's?
No, my mother ate my father.
She's never done anything like this before.
Mom? Mom? Mommy? Oh, Mommy?
The acting is deliciously terrible, with everyone clearly being very amateur. They give a very large speaking role to the dude that plays the mortician, which is mad because he is by far the worst actor. It's all very charming though, and the bad acting really does help with some of the heavier exposition-filled scenes. Speaking of the cast as well, something I noticed was there's a guy who's double cast in this. He plays a doctor and he plays a policeman. Something a bit weird about this though, as the Doctor, he reminded me of George Costanza from Seinfeld. And as a policeman, he reminded me of Newman, also from Seinfeld. Strange, huh?
Listen, you just missed Commissioner Dixon by 15 minutes. They took the bodies of wife and son away before I had even had a chance to give them a thorough examination.
Yes, Miss Cod? Miss Cod, is what you saw syphilis or gonorrhea?
The gore is pretty minimal here, and what we do get isn't great. Maybe outside of like 2 or 3 scenes. Specifically the last scene actually, which has got some of the best gore in the whole film. They really did save the best for last with this one. The designs of the flesh-eating mothers are crazy. I really like what they did with them, and they really fit with the over-the-top nature of the film. Outside of that, camera work and sets are all pretty basic, nothing really stood out, and the music is just a bit weird really. You've got some really repetitive, annoying parts, mixed in with some knockoff 80s jams.
interrupt this hour of music for a special news bulletin.
The print on this one isn't great. It's in 4x3, it's a little blurry and muddy. Luckily the film isn't too dark of a film, so it doesn't really hinder the experience too much. It's passable, but not great. I also noticed a little bit of stuttering, but that could have just been how I was playing it back. I've been playing it on a PS5. PS5's a bit weird with DVDs sometimes, so it might just be that. And on the disc, we get nothing new yet again, but we do get the funniest filmographies I think I've ever seen. Out of the entire cast for this film, people who've done the odd bit here and there, they managed to choose 3 people who have only done this film. Mad. One more thing I wanted to talk about as well. Something new has happened with these Vipco releases. Starting with this one, and I'm hoping that it continues as we go along. After the incorrect Vaults of Horror logo and before the menu, we get a trailer. That's right, a pre-menu trailer. But what's this trailer for, you're probably wondering? Well, it's for a film called The Claw, or One Hell of a Christmas it's also known as. And it looks terrible. Absolutely appalling. I might have to check it out. I'm also not sure why it's even included on this disc, because as far as I can see, it's got no affiliation with Vipco at all. It doesn't look like they put this out. Maybe they were planning on putting it out and then the company went bust or something like that. I've got no idea. But to be honest, I'm just happy something new's happened.
Boys.
I need an orgasm. Suck my pussy, Carlitos.
I'm done.
Right, let's have a look at this case. There's not a lot here, but there's still stuff to say. So straight away you can probably spot a load of wordplay. Heinous housewives, blood-crazed carnivores, they knew this wasn't one to take seriously. If that's the case then, I'm not too sure why they described it as spine-chilling. Does not fit with this film at all. Also, not sure what sheds a new light on the mystery of maternity actually means. I'm guessing they just wanted maternity, mothers, we've got to try and fit that in somewhere. But it just seems odd. Outside of this though, all the info's correct. Overall then, this was a weird one. And I am still in 2 minds about it really. I think it caught me in a good mood, because I found myself laughing along and just enjoying the absurdity of it all. But it's a tough one to recommend. I'd say it's probably best for a bad movie night with friends. I know I say that a lot, but we are talking about the bloody Vipco collection here. I wouldn't watch this alone. I don't think you'll get much from it. If you were wanting an upgrade, then 88 Films have got you covered with a Blu-ray, and I'd suggest seeking that one out because the print on this isn't great, really. So, pleasant surprise this week, and hopefully that'll carry on next week, because we're watching the first and the only werewolf film in the entire collection. We're going to be taking a look at The Werewolf of Washington. Funny werewolf on the back there.